In 2021, the percentage of adults aged 18 to 49 who are not too likely or not likely at all to have children hit 44%, an increase since the previous survey in 2018. Alongside this, young adults aged 24 to 35 take up the largest percentage of pet owners globally, at 33%. These two statistics may or may not be related. There's certainly a case for it. What we know for certain is that the business of pet ownership appears to have undergone a culture shift in recent years and has seemingly evolved into something more. We're now in an era of pet parenthood.
The way we view and treat our pets is changing.
Ever wondered how a pet can change your life?
Embrace a new level of harmony and love.
The idea of talking about pets like babies is a pretty new thing. Pet parenting is a modern phenomenon, and owners are taking to it like a dog to a bone. As the pet world evolves and the market grows, more and more services are being imagined. Up until the 2010s, the term pet-friendly, cat cafe or doggy daycare were relatively unpopular. Now here in the 2020s, terms like these and the services attached to them are par for the course when it comes to our furry friends. We can't get enough of spoiling our beloved pets, to the point where we now wonder if pets occupy the space in our hearts that was made for children. Introducing Happy Tails. Established in 2016 by Glenn and Roger, this exclusive hangout spot is making waves in Kent's pet parenting scene.
I was inspired to start Happy Tails really for our own dog, Taffy. We were looking for a place for him to go to. And although we didn't know much about daycare at the time, we looked at some. So we took the decision to get ourselves trained and just open our own business, which is now what you see today. I'm Glenn Rice. I'm the founder of Happy Tails Doggy Daycare.
So, what does a Happy Tails membership get you?
So we provide a van service where we will collect the dogs from their houses. We have 3 or 4 vans now. We also have a service where owners can drop their dogs off themselves. They literally get to run around like crazy people. It's like Disneyland for dogs. They've got all sorts. We can play with treats, we play with bubbles. They get to have as much enrichment and exercise whilst their owners are at work. In the winter months, when they get a little bit muddy, they have a nice warm shower and then they get a nice little dry and they go home looking like they'd never been away from home.
Looking into the psychology behind pet parenting, it's not hard to see why something like Happy Tails can become popular. Being that the term itself is a new one, it could be argued that younger generations have ushered it in. Millennials are a generation defined by characteristics like social awareness, a progressive mindset, and technological aptitude, which seems to have shaped their approach to pet ownership. For example, Millennials were pretty much the first generation to grow up with the internet. And as the internet has matured, social media has grown into a force that permeates to almost every aspect of our lives, including our pets. Dogs of Instagram, GIFpom, or Doug the Pug are all online spaces that showcase the delights that our little fur babies can give. Looking into economic factors, the average yearly cost of owning a dog in the UK is around £1,800. Definitely nothing to be sniffed at, but a relatively cheap endeavour when compared to the alternative of having kids. Just nursery fees alone average £15,000. Maybe pet parenting is a cheaper test run on sharing the responsibility of a living thing before taking the plunge with real parenthood.
I think obviously the way that prices are with things, people aren't getting houses and getting married until much later in life, so then that puts them off moving to that next step. So instead the first step is getting a dog.
Or being that millennials are known for being empathetic and values-driven, perhaps the status quo on parenthood is being challenged because people would rather give a great life to a dog than an average one to a baby. With a daily plan at Happy Tails priced at £40 per day, Enrolling your pooch will cost you, but it seems the members and their parents consider it worth every penny.
Yeah, he absolutely loves it. So he comes running in, basically doesn't care about us afterwards, and when he gets back he's absolutely knackered, so he essentially just sleeps. He has a lot of fun here.
And he just really enjoys it. He bounds around, he's always in the swimming pools, in the sand pits, just enjoying himself as a dog rather than worrying about what he should be doing around our house or anything.
There are some who are critical of pet daycare as a concept. Some owners worry that they might lose traction with their dog's obedience if the principles applied at daycare don't align with what goes on at home.
I think that if there's enough enrichment on site and activities on site, I think we can overcome that. It's rare we see a problem behaviour with a dog. It's also very rare you see a problem behaviour with a dog passed on to another dog. When I say rare, in 8 years, I could count it probably on 2 fingers.
Others worry that their dog is simply overstimulated and could benefit from not being constantly exposed to high-energy environments.
I understand that owners will be concerned with a high-energy environment on site. We do a good mix, so when the dogs first arrive, they're full of energy. It's like Christmas and birthday wrapped up into one when you watch them arrive on site. So although the dogs are only on site here for 5 hours, which is a lot less than most dog daycare centres, I don't think we would over-exercise the dogs on site. In the afternoons, we do everything we can to settle them down. And that could be as simple as, if we were to sit down on a trampoline, 10 dogs would join us and sit down with us. It is so easy to slow the dogs down to make sure they're not over-exercised.
Aside from the fact that pet parenting has changed in general over recent years, it has to be acknowledged that one big contributing factor to the surge in popularity of somewhere like Happy Tails was COVID. The influx of so-called pandemic puppies left doggy daycares with a storm in a dog bowl. A study from the Royal Veterinary College showed that up to 82% of dogs brought home during the lockdowns are or were being trained using aversive training methods, like negative reinforcement instead of rewards-based learning. This is due to a disparity in the expectations versus reality when it comes to dog behaviour, obedience and retention. The knock-on effect of this for Happy Tails is that not only are there more dogs in general needing their attention, but some of those dogs might be a bit more of a handful than usual.
A bit about a COVID puppy is very true. We've seen it. And we still get phone calls now saying, I got my dog doing COVID. And that was years ago. They have still got socialisation issues, and then we would bring them onto site. They have all the opportunity to make some friends here.
Despite the recent challenges in the world of doggy daycare, Happy Tails is still committed to leaving a positive paw print on the lives of pets and their parents, much to the delight of the dogs of Kent.